And welcome back to Ripley Hour and day 11 of our rail trek Secluded City. So I'm definitely doing this totally out of order now. So first of all, I'm getting some water ready because we are going to be making the area that holds the battery box. And I have to be honest, I am incredibly concerned about that wire that comes down from that train station not being long enough to even get as far as the battery box. I just don't see it. So first things first, let's pop that in. Then we need some things to go on here. So we have our little thing, and it is marked on this one where it goes. So just a little bit, doesn't need a lot. And our frame goes on like so, and then I can have these just sit there. Then we have two of these. They get you to do this while it's on, by the way, in upright, and I just did not fancy this idea. So this is the bottom one, so it's going to go in here. I don't want to push too hard because there isn't a hole on the other side of the paper. Probably should have done the top one first. There we go. They look a bit crooked. And then this one, exactly the same above it, on that hole. Go on, you can do it. You can make it. Man, don't fall over. Okay. Rather grid. Maybe that's why it was having a hard time going in. Then we have a bag just floating on the wall, and those can sit and get ready to do their thing. So those go to one side. This one with the thing has it should have paper on the other side, I think. It should. I'll get some paper for that. And this one needs paper, and then it needs some other stuff. So this is going to have our two lights on here, but we need to get the paper on first. So let me go grab that. I thought I had everything I needed, and we see how that went down. It was not quite the way I anticipated. Okay, and we need these frames and that's to go for those. So bear with me. Right, so let's get these two done. And this eventually will sit on the other side, I believe. No, this one's going to go in here, eventually, like so. And then this one goes. We'll come to that in a moment. Can't remember. I did work it out, and now I don't. So this is the same either side, so I don't think it really matters which side it goes, other than you want it to have the hang. That doesn't make any sense. So you want it, it's going to go on like, it's like the opposite of how they show it. It's a bit concerning. Okay, this is actually attached, it's not separated, it's just so that you can bend it. But I don't see how that's going to work. Because this part needs to be bent round onto the piece of wood here. I don't see that working. I'm going to separate it because I think it's been printed wrong. Okay, let's get these two on anyway. And if I'm wrong, then I'll just have a little join in there, in the corner of the wall, and it's not really going to overly matter. One says, we will see. We will see if that's the case or not. And like we've done before with the papers, stick it to one side. Or does it go over? It goes over. So you want to get over those tabs. Okay. Well, that's okay. I don't mind doing that. Get this one on, and then we can get those lights on it. Can't believe I totally missed this one. I've been pretty good at getting them. We are going to get to ones that we haven't done now, though, because we're really going through the list, or the ones that I've done up to. I mean, I could do another join on those wires, but why? Seems a bit of a daft idea. Why not just give me extension wire? Which I could have used. It's even more frustrating, because I could have used it, but I didn't. Let me just got this one piece, which I'll deal with in a moment. Right, then we need to put 2 lights on here, and again they get you to do this while it's upright. So you want one on this side, one on this side, I'm just trying to, oh, it's coloured both sides, that's right then. Right, well that doesn't seem right. My hands are wobbly. And the same with over here, and that can sit and do its thing, and then I'll give it a few minutes before we start messing any more with this. Oh, actually, I'll tell you what, we can put those other picture frames on. Oh, this one. Oh, they're all flat. And then we come back to all of this, and we'll start on getting that train station onto the main board. Okay, so, other than you, don't need you. So this is the long one, like so. Leave that one off for the moment. Surely it's not, surely that's going on here. It's got to, hasn't it? I'd rather do it while it's flat, in reality. Don't need anywhere near this amount of glue. These are all the same size. This one's far less decorative. We'll put that on that one. I don't think it matters really. Go back up. It does have markings on here of where they go, by the way. Just have to find them. Then that one we will have to do when it's upright. We will also be needing a screwdriver to make the battery box door. Right, those can all go to one side, and we'll get the main part of the build going. First of all, we have to make some railings. Or we can knock off our light here. Just make sure it doesn't pop over the top, because this is going to have a roof on it. In fact, I think maybe even a bit further down than what I have. Because if it does need a bit of wood going on here, then it would not have had the room. Just in case, and I don't actually know. That one may not stay because I've moved it around too much. Right, let's get these rails done out of the way. Put this all to one side. So So first of all we're going to start with this one, which is the one that's going to have wire running underneath it. Oh, I'll turn the page back. And I'm going to, very simple, just pop these in to here. Makes you feel like it has to like so. The next one has singles, but this one I think has double. I think it is double. Well, bit matching then. So I need to go and get 2 more of those as well. So it's going to poke through here. Yeah, definitely need 2 more. I wondered why we had spares. I was in hope that in case they knew me. These are quite small holes. They're all the same size. I wonder. One side is slightly, I think slightly smaller because that went in straight away when I turned it around. So I think one of these tabs on the ends are slightly thinner. Very difficult to know which. And it shows that you put 2 of these in, by the way, but I'm pretty sure that's not the case. Okay, let me go grab them. Thought they were being generous and giving me spare parts. Not at all. Okay. Same again. Going to use wood glue because these are going to sit for a minute when I get the other one done. I've seen how tight that wire is. That's why it worries me. I know I keep mentioning it, but that's why it worries me. This one. It's kind of cool. Rather cool looking, isn't it? That one's done. I'll get the next one done. You can tell the difference. This one has I'm glad I checked now. Wrong side. Let me get them out again. Hopefully without breaking them. I mean, it is wood glue, so we should be okay. And then turn it over and do it from the other side. And we'll try that again. See, now I could have done with a spare part. So have that facing you, and then pop these in again. They should actually go in quite a bit easier. I'm not going to apply any more glue, I think we'll be okay. Because then it's going to be glued to the base anyway. So I think we'll be alright. It does take quite a bit of glue then, doesn't it? This whole model, really. Okay. That was totally my fault. I mean, I should have seen that. It was not on the instructions, it was moi. You messed that up. Broken. And then we do the same with the other track, and these will go actually on top of each other in the end, to an extent anyway. And the other side, the next one we're going to do, I don't think it matters which way around it goes, by the way. Make sure it's on that side with that tab, like that. Then we take this one, and like I say, I don't think it matters which way up it is. It's identical, I think. And this one just has a single bar on each one. It does have, Décor on one side. It has, you're probably not going to be able to see it, but it has slight lines on here, so just watch out for that. Way around, otherwise it won't even go in. Okay. Yeah, there's like line drawings going across, so you can tell which way it goes. Up. And then you join them together, but I think I'm going to wait to put them on the board to do that. Okay, let's give all that a moment. And we will be needing the board next. So this is going to go over here. Like I said, we need the wiring first, so we need the other part that we were doing. So it's a bit confusing the way this train station goes on, because in one picture it shows it right on the edge, and on the other one it shows it a little way in. So I have not glued this down because I want to put it as tight as I can. But it is going to get in here as I knock off that light straight away. It is going to go in here, and by the side of it is going to be the rail. So let's see. It does have a gap down here. It doesn't really show on this board anything. So let's turn you up. Those lights are going to go. They're so frail. A bit like me. like put a bit of glue in for those wires. You can see what I mean about them being so short. Should have just provided extra wiring. I should have just used extra wiring, knowing I was going to do wire nuts. So I'm popping it on here for the moment, and then Get that railing on. Put this one on first. Goes on the, oh, goes on top of the other one. Okay. Adds a slight complication into my plans. And there's, okay. Can we stay upright, do you think? So tight with that patch of cloth, so very tight. So this I believe goes on the top. So this one will be underneath, like so. So look at the pattern on the floor, I think. And I haven't glued this yet, so, or did I? I did, didn't I? I'm going to move it a bit back. So you definitely want it starting here. And you want it quite close to your model. None of it's touching this grey area, but it's quite close to it. So maybe something like so. I'm going to move this in a little bit, evening it up. And this other one goes on top. These wires are going to be impossible. And this clips over here. Even further away. It's going to need going a bit more in. What am I going to do about these wires? What am I going to do? I see these aren't totally in either. Wish I hadn't put glue on the bottom of the station now. Trying to make sure it's reasonably even. Clips. So I threw it away. Where did you go? You, my friend. You. Let's get those taken together a bit better. I thought they'd clip into each other, this railing, wouldn't you? need to have that straight. That means this needs to be pushed over. Okay, and then you can go in here. It's too tight. What to do, what to do. Okay, right, I'm going to take this off. I'm going to leave this to take. Because I think that's fine where it is. And I think I can slip the wires under. I think what I'm going to have to do, because I did use those wire nuts, is take it back to basics and rewire it with some extension wire that I have to have anyway, because I do not think this is going to work whatsoever. So I'm going to basically undo this wiring, which is going to be fun to get at. But I think it's the only thing I can do, and I'm going to take these out so that they don't get damaged. But I think that's the only thing I've got. I mean, they could be a bit tighter in there, but even then it's going to be millimeters and it's just not worth the risk. Alright, I will be back once I've done that, and that would have given this a bit of a chance to dry, and I think this will be fine where it is. Although this is incredibly loose, so let me just bump that all along here. Maybe that's meant to go inside here. It would make more sense if it could. Let's sort that. I don't know though. I don't think I can. It'd be nice if it clipped together. Oh, damn it. I don't know if you're actually meant to have this moving. It says it can move freely. That does mean it implies it's going to have movement to it. I don't know why you would. This one's obviously not going to move, so it'd be this one that did, and surely that's going to be stuck on the board, which it is. Makes no sense. And then it wants this to be stuck to the platform eventually. Well, this is how I'm going to do mine. That's the only way I can work it out, really. Okay, and then let me go and sort out these wires and I'll be back. Okay, going to go over this real quick what I did, because I changed a lot. So, I went back to their instructions, took a whole new string, and pray I don't need it for anything else, cut the end of the wire off and used that because I did not have enough of this, so I thought I did. Then I rewired that into the wire nuts, pulled it down, put it under and sealed it, and that should be fine. Then I took the railings off and I re-looked at all of that as well. This is what's meant to happen. These are meant to be, let me move that out of the way, these are meant to be separated. This goes underneath it and is a moving piece, does not get stuck on the board. So this goes either side of here, like so, she says. No, I grease this, by the way, I put some wax on it. And you put them in here, something like that, and then this will run up and down and be free moving when you don't have your hand on it to stop it. That is the idea. So just make sure that these ones, the ends are pushed all the way in so that there's a good size gap. So that is what's meant to happen. Now this glue's all dry, so clip them together, push them in, and the only glue you're going to have on is on the ends of here. We should be sorted and back to where we were. So very quick thing. Did it do some damage? Yes, yes it did. But am I worried? No. I did do some patchwork. Yes, it looks awful, doesn't it? But you're not going to see hardly any of it. So I am good. So I will put a note at the beginning of this video to watch it until this point, which is about half an hour in, for the corrections and trying to get that right so no one else has that problem. Oh, and I put my lights back in and I can see that that one's crooked. Come on, you can stay up there. They are so wobbly. So back to square one. And let's get this put in. So this time I am going to put this one on first because, well, there's not going to be enough road to do that wire underneath it, is there? Not now I've got it on proper. So it fits in like this, and then this front one will move in and out. I suggest you use some wax. And it's kind of like bent there a bit, but hey, and it goes that far, so it will always stick over the edge a little bit. So let's see, let's get this all glued back down. Come on, my little station, let's try you again. Bit disheartening when you have to go back to the drawing board, but that's what happens. And I just hope I don't need that light for anything, because I just don't know the answers. Otherwise, it's not the model's fault. Well, kind of is. Instructions, and better instructions might have helped, but I don't know. Then a wire over here, and it's only these edges on this top one that need to be glued, and that's going to glue to the station that we just put on. So just these ends, nothing else, and then that will give us our measure for where our station needs to be. See, they have this on that inside more. Okay, we can do that. About right, and I'm going to leave that for a moment and have these underneath that black one as much as I can. Doesn't say to do that, but that's what I'm doing. Okay, going to give that a little bit of time to set. I really hope we don't need this bulb for anything. And then we will get on and put this to one side and start on the battery box, which we are going to need our screwdriver for, and some screws. So let's see. Let's get the old screwdriver. I always get these wrong, by the way. I know you're like, yeah, but you get everything wrong. I know. So it's got holes in here. If you have a music box, you will be putting it in very soon. Not necessarily now, but very soon. So you want it this way, and you want it with the groove upwards. So it's like that. And it doesn't say to have a space in between, but of the two, but I suggest you do. It does have some pinholes in there. See, so I put one through a bit, a bit much. They are marked on the paper as well, by the way, so if your paper's lined up you should be okay, which was lined up at the top but not at the bottom so much. And it's going to be the same on here. That one's lined up fine. That one's lined up. Okay, so it's up to which which side you put them on first. I need a smaller hole thing for my screwdriver. I think. Yes, 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 I will. We need a tiny one. I'm going to get this screwed in and then I'll show you, because I'm aware of the time and I want to get quite a bit more done, I have to say, and I don't think you need to see me screwing in 10 million things. You can correct me if I'm wrong and I will spend that time doing it with you, but let's assume you do not. Right, back into it. Okay, got those in. Not easy, I will say, but it does bend, it's a bit clicky, so if you have difficult eyesight and the shakes, it's not easy. Right, just before we carry on with this piece, I am going to take a moment to put this floor on that we made a while ago. So you want to get your wire going up through which piece? Not the one on the end, this one here. Surprising. Okay. And get that glued down and clamped, and then we get on and do the rest of that battery box side. Oh, I see, that one's for this. Duh, duh, duh. Of course it is. So I'm just going to pop this on there, and the wire fell out, that's okay. We don't need a lot of glue, but I will want to clamp it. She says not a lot as she keeps going. I'm going to pop that back in. Then where to hold. The rail almost goes underneath it. Not too straight, does it? Okay, that is on. So I'm going to clamp it here. Throw it on the floor, the clamps. Clamp it here. And it's close to this, straight on this edge as much as I can. They're playing again. And then I'm going to let that dry. So I will be back in a moment. Okay, what you should have, make sure you've got enough space. I noticed that this had gone on quite crooked, this station, so I rectified that. But what you should have is that this can come in and out smoothly as it gets stuck, but smoothly. So just make sure you've got enough where it goes into about this far. So not too far. I could see if somebody got hold of that, you losing it, but that is it. So I'm going to give that a few minutes and we will carry on with our battery box side, which is going to go on that platform. So we are getting there. Alright, so we're about 40 minutes in, so I reckon by the time I put this together, finish this up, might get it on the model, may not, then we'll probably be done for today. Okay, so let's get this together. So normally you wouldn't have all this stuff on it, but we do. So we are going to turn this around, and this part is going to go in like that, and go in here like so, and that's probably why you don't put these on first. So let's get that wood glue. Don't think we need that much at all. But it's probably where the lights don't go on. That's looks okay, and behind this is where the battery box will actually go. It doesn't feel like those holes are anywhere big enough. Got to be careful though, because I've got the paper behind and we don't want to be messing with it. Oh, it's taking the effort. Okay, all the way. I'd normally put the tweezers through to have made the holes a bit bigger, but you can't very well when it's got the paper on the other side. This one's in, just the bottom one. Okay, there we go. They're almost in the end. There we are. Alright, so that's like so. Then you put your lights on. Oh, well, you put your lights on, but then you also put this on. Oh, that doesn't make any sense. Looks like they've put this piece on, but then it doesn't, so it's it only shows it on one picture and then it's gone again. Again, they've been very playful today, what can I say? But either way, this piece goes in the back of here, so let's put that in first. So this piece is going to go down here, but we'll get this in first. And again, with a bit of glare. Shh. It's like all the other dogs have gone to puppies. It really does. And that'd be easier to put that other piece on because it goes in here. I will say that these are incredibly tight. Okay, then we can do this strip and put that last frame on. I wasn't sure where it was going. Couldn't understand the instructions one iota. But now it makes sense. And what we do is we do this and we get it on the board and then we'll probably call it quits. So pop this on. I think this was on the wrong side, but I could be wrong. Perspective and all that of it being slightly different. Either way, it's worked fine. And then put that on here. Put the frame on. It does have a right and wrong way, but there's not much in it. Like so. And then we'll put this in, and you can see it clips on here. And this side does not join because it's going to be your opening side. Something I can put it flat on. And that went together pretty easy. Very easy. Almost too easy. Make sure that paper's out of the way. And then we'll put that on the base and we'll call it a day, and then tomorrow we can get decorating it. We will move on to the next part, which I will let you know in a moment. I'm going to get this back in because it came out and it doesn't want to go back in now. bring this base back and get this on, and then it can be sitting there until we need it. So when we put this on, we want the wires to go through here, and it's going to go on just the edge around here. Don't glue this part because that's what you're going to want to open. So try and square it up. So it's going to put a bit of glue on the bottom of here. And then we'll decorate all this tomorrow. I'll get all the stuff out. I haven't got it out yet, I don't think. Can't recall, to be honest. And get those wires up in the middle. And go on that edge of the flooring, like so, and square it up. And I'm not going to put any weights on this, I'm just going to let gravity do its thing. But I'm going to try and make sure we're square at least. Not looking too square. Okay, that's a bit better. Don't know if it is or isn't, to be honest with you. I'll tell you what, we can open this and find out. Okay. Alright, so this is off. So let me pop that back on. Shh. Talking to the other dog. Hold on. I'll get this on and then we'll go through everything next. Okay, so that's where we've got. So what we will be doing tomorrow is we are going to be putting quite a lot of furniture in the bottom here of what we've made. Then we are going to be putting the front on and the side, I believe, as well, and the side down to here, which is a gap here, which is confusing me, I will say, because so far I have not seen anything that goes here, but that doesn't mean too much. Then we are going to be dealing with some balconies, the top floor, which has a lot of railings, so we'll be putting those on, letting them wait. Going to be putting the stargazer on. We know how much I love that. Fortunately, it's at the top behind railings. How handy was that? And then we will be attaching that roof to here. So it's going to be quite the interest with all the wires. There's three wires going to be running on this roof, which are all going to go down into this box. I think that'd be okay. I'm not having too many headaches about that. And then we start to make clock towers. So let's see if we get that far, and that's when we're going to need another one of these tops here, which is much more wobbly than I thought it would be. Alrighty, so any comments are very much appreciated. I reckon we're a couple of days out and we should be done with this build and be able to start with the season one, but I'll have a better idea tomorrow. You never quite know, you know, what's going to go down with them, so we will see. Okay. Like I say, any comments are very much appreciated. I will always get back to you. Please do like and subscribe if you haven't already. The most important thing, though, is take care of you. Take care, guys. Bye-bye now.